Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I am your girl, Candy Washington, and we are going to have a fun kiki. Well, maybe not so fun, given all of the darkness and drama going on with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but we're going to make it as lighthearted and fun as we can, especially now that someone has come out claiming to be behind the cyber attacks from Garcelle's son. But you guys know me, I always have a conspiracy theory, and I have questions. But before we dive into those questions, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And my beautiful candy canes, as you come into the room, be sure to say hi, drop your name, and let's get into it. Hey, Femme Capital. She goes, hello, girl. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? All right, you guys, let's get into it. So, if you may have heard or you may not have heard, but Patrick Summers, who back in June came out to Page Six and all of these other, outlets saying that Lisa Rinna had hired his marketing team. He's a marketing manager to, fake these attacks, fake these, feud between her and Kathy Hilton. So, because I want to give the whole background onto this guy and now why he's now coming out and saying he knows who's behind the attacks because it was his company, like unbeknownst to him. So I want to give everybody the rundown. Hey, Gloria. She goes, hello, Candy. How are you, beautiful? I'm good. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm good. Hey, Velda. What's up, beautiful? Hey, who said Kate? What is up? Hello from Palm Springs. Ooh, Palm Springs is beautiful. Beautiful. I love my candy canes. Thanks for coming through. Okay. So let's get back to it. So Patrick Summers is the same guy who came out around like May, June, July-ish of this year. I think it was around June of this year, saying that Lisa Rinna had paid him to make up, malicious things about Kathy Hilton in order to solidify Lisa Rinna's storyline for the upcoming season. Basically, what he's saying is that Lisa Rinna paid him to manufacture a feud, manufacture, negative things about Kathy Hilton regarding Lisa Rinna, so that Lisa Rinna could essentially look like she is the victim, Kathy Hilton's coming after her, and create this feud so that she would actually have a storyline for the upcoming season. Obviously, that got, her plans got foiled once he came out with the DMs and all of that stuff, right? Okay, and as we know, there seems to be some truth in what he's saying, given everything that Lisa Rinna is now trying to do against Kathy with the whole Aspen trip stuff, right? Okay. So that's like the background. Now, flash forward to now, current state. We all know this past week has been a shit show because of all of the cyberbullying and cyber attacks of the bots that went against Garcelle's minor son. He's only 14 years old. The bots were saying very racist, very mean, very evil things, like we would have our knee on your neck if your daddy wasn't white. And, your older brother was a drug addict, so why is your mother saying that Erica is an alcoholic? Like, just horrible, horrible things to say to a child, right? And so we all got up in arms and we're like, this is suspicious. Like, this must be, Lisa Rinna must be behind it. Diana Jenkins must be behind it. Erica must be behind it, because those are the three accounts that all of the bots were following. They were only following those three housewives. And also what they were saying was everything like Team Erica, Team Diana, all this stuff. Like, we all know Lisa Rinna's beef with Garcelle and everything going on. So the Bravo World sleuths did a deep dive into the bots, and it was very clear that these were not real people. These were fake profiles. These were bots. Okay. Bravo came out with some sort of, to me, they didn't do a good enough job with their little Instagram posts being like, we don't condone, bad rhetoric, and, our fans on social media, leave the kids out of it. They're BS posts they did. One, they never even addressed the racism in the post. Two, they did not address whether or not they were going to do an internal investigation to see where the bots came from, considering the narrative that the bots came from a castmate. Like, we have to remember, Bravo, these women are your employees. So what they're doing on your watch and while you pay them is on you. You see what I'm saying? So if there are allegations out there that the people that you are employing are doing cyber attacks on children based on your employment, like the only reason why they're going after Garcelle is because Garcelle is a castmate, because she's a coworker. You know, if I was working a 9-to-5 job and my coworker and child was being cyber bullied, saying these horrible things, and I was being accused of it, you better believe the people at the job would be like, Candy, we need to talk to you. You know, there would be an investigation. You have to check your employees. You know, Erica is not working for free. Lisa Rinna is not working for free. Diana is not working for free. Garcelle is not working for free. These are your employees. So you need to protect Garcelle and her children. And you need to hold the people doing this accountable because they are your employees. So I don't think Bravo did enough. That's a weird, you know, very watered down PR statement. So then after that, now let's get back to more into present day. This guy, Patrick, remember the guy, Patrick, the same guy from June who said Lisa Rinna had hired him to fake an attack against Kathy Hilton, is now coming out and saying, oh, I know who's behind this. You know, we do Instagram, you know, marketing. They're calling it Instagram marketing, but essentially what they're doing is, to me, it's like Instagram fraud. Like he was saying that his company would buy followers for Lisa Rinna's account. They would do like fake engagement. Like on some posts, they create an algorithm from her. So like on one post, she would get, you know, 4,000 likes. And then on another post, she would get 6,000 likes or whatever it was, even though she had millions and millions of followers. And that they would also create different like comments under people. So basically she was buying followers, buying likes, and buying comments. We also know that I believe Diana Jenkins also was caught doing that as well, if not Erica Girardi too. And that's not just them. A lot of these influencers, and I'm not, you know, dogging people or anything like that, will, or even these like celebrities will buy bots to basically inflate their numbers so that they look like they have more followers. They look like they have more likes and comments and engagements. And the reason why they do this is for two reasons. One, they do it because they're just fame hungry and they're thirsty and they want to look like they're a bigger platform than they are. And two, brands pay you more. And we all know Lisa Rinna is a thirsty, broke chick. So brands pay you more. So the more engagement you have, so that's why they're buying likes and comments. That's engagement versus followers. So the more followers you have and the more engagement you have, because you could have a lot of followers, but very little engagement. Like if you had 1 million followers, but nobody was liking and commenting, that's low engagement, high follower count. You could have low followers, but high engagement. So you had 10,000 followers, but you were getting like thousands of likes and hundreds of comments, then you have a lot of engagement. So she was buying both. She was buying followers and engagement. And brands pay you on that. They're called your analytics. So brands will pay you based upon your engagement and based upon your follower account. So the higher the engagement, the higher the follower account, the more brands will pay you. So this is basically a way to defraud brands. Lots of influencers do it. Lots of starlets do it. You know, one, they want to look like they're a bigger social media following than they have. And two, it's a really good way to defraud brands to get more money, because brands are paying lots of money for them to post. And lo and behold, they're actually just posting to bots, not real people, right? So that's basically what he was saying. He's like, I have this marketing company. We do Instagram engagement. Lisa Rinna had, you know, tapped us to do that. And so what he was saying was that their contract either ended 2 months ago or something around there, or she only paid like half the invoice. And he was like, I'm coming out to say this, and like there's nothing legally they can do against me. You know, I talked to like 2 lawyers or attorneys, like I can talk about this, like they can't sue me for this or anything like that. You know, that he's like, so that's why I'm coming out publicly and being like, you know, we were hired to say negative comments about, you know, Garcelle and certain people, but we didn't know that the comments that was racist. So basically what he was coming out to say was, they hired us to do a negative smear campaign against the people that Lisa Rinna does not like. He said that her publicist Jill was the one who hired him to do it. And he said that Diana most likely also knew, probably Erica too. Like they were like in on it together, but Lisa, and again, you guys, this is all alleged. And it was Lisa's publicist Jill who hired him to do this particular one. And what he is saying is, yeah, we knew what we were doing, like a negative smear campaign. However, we want to make it clear we did not know it was racist. Like, we don't condone racism. Like, we didn't know it was like racist against a child. So basically he's coming out and being like, yeah, you know, we do the fake bots, we do all of that stuff, but like, hey, we hold our hands up. Like, we weren't in on the racism part. We weren't in on cyberbullying a child part. Like, that wasn't us. So we just want to come out and say, yes, it was Rinna. Yes, it was Diana. Yes, it was, you know, Erica, that crew, but like, we did not co-sign the racist part. So that is basically what he's saying. All right, now let's break it down, because Patrick, I have questions. My first question is, because you guys know me, I love a conspiracy theory. Well, first, let me preface it with this. In my, again, alleged. However, in my opinion, do I think it was Lisa, Erica, and Diana behind it? Yes, I do. In my personal opinion, I do. I don't think it was a rogue Bravo fan who happened to decide to buy bots to go against Eric Garcelle's son. That doesn't track. It doesn't make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. What makes the most sense is that Erica and Lisa and Diana are behind it. Whoever paid for it, they're still in cahoots. You know, it's like if 3 people go to dinner and one person buys a check, you all ate. You see what I'm saying? So they're all guilty. I think it was the 3 of them. That is my opinion. Now, when it comes to Patrick's story, there are questions I have, and there are also things that I believe him on. But there's also things I need clarity on, because we need to think about this critically, right, guys? All right. First question I have. Timeline is fishy to me. Patrick came out in June of this year, throwing Rinna under the bus, saying, you know, she paid me to, you know, concoct this feud between her and Kathy Hilton. Kathy Hilton had no idea. She had nothing to do with it. Kathy Hilton was out there minding, you know, her business, essentially, right? And Lisa Rinna was trying to, like, you know, fake this feud so she would have a storyline. And then Lisa Rinna went after him and was like, who is this guy? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't know what he's talking about, whatever, da, da, da. You know how Lisa Rinna fakes the funk. What I don't understand is, if you exposed her in June, why is she still paying you in August? Why would Lisa Rinna, Jill, her publicist, her team, why would they go to Patrick and his team for another scheme when Patrick already exposed your first scheme? You see what I'm saying? So to me, I think 2 things can be true. I think Lisa, Erica, and Diana are behind it, but I also think that Patrick might be lying, because I just don't think Rinna is dumb enough. She says a lot of stupid stuff, but I don't think she's dumb. Is dumb enough to go to the same person who exposed her on Page 6 and on all these other publications. That doesn't track to me. I think both things can be true. They can be responsible for it, and Patrick also can be attention hungry, also fame, you know, also wanting the spotlight, also, you know, sort of, you know, being an opportunist to jump into the mix since everybody's talking about it. I think both things can be true. I think these women could be behind it, and I also think Patrick could be a clout chaser. I think both things can be true. Because I just don't think Rinna would be dumb enough to buy bots from a man who already put her business out there on blast. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get. So that's the first question I have. The second question I have is, his timeline again doesn't make sense, because he was saying how, oh no, like the contract ended 2 months ago, which I believe, because about, 2 or 3 months ago, June, July, now we're in August, is around the time where he was doing his whole smear campaign. So that makes sense. She ended the contract in June when you exposed her for, buying and faking storylines and all of this stuff. That to me makes sense. So if the contract ended 2 months ago, if you exposed her 2 months ago, why are you still working for her now in August? If the contract ended 2 months ago, and if you exposed her 2 months ago, why are you now in August still working for her? And he said something weird about she paid for half the invoice, but not the other half of the invoice. And like, that's why he can talk about it and not get legally in trouble or something like that. That didn't make any type of sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get that. And then the part that I do believe, because he was talking about the software that he has, is that when these people buy the stuff, there's different packages. Because I went and I researched this. There's different packages you can buy. You can buy a package where it's just automated responses that these bots are doing, like, oh, great post, cute outfit, looking good, follow for follow. It's sort of just like a very, cookie cutter generic package you can have. But then you can also customize a package where you can tell the bots exactly what to say. And clearly that is the package that these three women bought from whomever. Did they buy them from Patrick? I don't think so, but did they buy them? Yes. So, I mean, this is the thing. If they bought them from Patrick, they're real dumb. Like, because clearly he talks. So I'm really confused as why they would do that. But you can buy customized packages where, maybe the actual marketing manager, like the Patrick, they won't know what you said, because it's basically just like, here's the website, you buy the package, it's software, because the bots, they're robots, they're not real people, it's computer generated. What the real person does is write out what these fake bots are going to say. So yes, someone, in my opinion, these three women, wrote out what the bots were supposed to say. So the person who owns the software, right, like a Patrick, would not know necessarily, unless he sat down and like read them for himself, what they were going to say. So that to me is plausible. That's plausible with deniability. Like, yeah, I provided them with the service. I provided them with the software. I didn't know that they were saying racist things. I didn't know that they were targeting children. I provided them with the service. What they did with the service, I had no idea. So now I'm coming out and being like, listen, yeah, they bought the service from me, but I don't co-sign the racist children stuff. Like, that wasn't me. So that part makes sense. Particularly because what the bots were saying to Jax was so specific. It had to be targeted and it had to be customized. Like, that's not a generic thing, what they were saying to him. Team Erica, your mother, Garcelle, talking about things that happened on the show, the alcoholism, Diana, all that stuff. That's customized. That's specific. That's targeted. And then also putting in his particular account, particularly because he was the son that Erica cursed out. So to me, it had to be customized. They had to sit down and say, we're targeting Jax and we're saying these particular things. And everything they said against Jax was in alignment with what was going on with Erica, Rinna, and Diana and Garcelle. None of the other housewives. It wasn't generic. Now, if they did hire Patrick, I don't want, like, that's really stupid to me. Like, why would you hire someone who already went to the press and called you out? You see what I'm saying? I think that I mean, I don't know, but let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Let me see if you are agreeing with the questions I have and how some things just are not mathing, but we'll see. Let's see. Hey, Miss T. Hello, Candy and all the candy canes. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, so Velda says it all sounds fishy. Why is he confessing? Exactly. So this is my mind. If he did it, let's just conspiracy theory this out. If he did it, because there's only two options for him. Either he did it or he didn't. So if he did it, he's confessing now because he's like, hey, guys, listen, she paid me for a software. She paid me for a service. I wasn't involved in the racism. I wasn't involved in attacking a child. So I just want it on the record, in case, it comes out, because the Bravo sleuths are on the job. They're going to figure out where it came from. I think he's trying to get ahead of it. If he did it, he would confess to say, listen, yeah, it was my company. Yeah, she paid me, but I had nothing to do with going after a kid, because he's trying to minimize his liability, right? Because I do believe it's illegal to cyberbully. I'm pretty sure there must be something about that. I think he's trying to minimize his liability. Be like, yeah, it was my software, but like I didn't know what they were saying. I didn't know who they were going against. So that's why he would confess if he actually did it, because he doesn't want to be tied to the racism part and going after a kid part. Now, if he's confessing and he didn't do it, then that's a tick. You know what I mean? That's just somebody who's being an opportunist. It's a hot story. It's trending. We're talking about it. Clearly, he already has a past with Lisa Rinna. It's plausible that she could have went back to him and done this again with him. And he wants a moment. He wants some shine. He wants us, what we're doing right now. He wants us talking about him. He wants to be in the press. He wants to be, he's on the coattails of this hot story that everybody's talking about. It could be narcissism. It could be his own ego. It could be get back. Maybe he was like, no, Rinna, like you did pay me to go after Kathy. I was telling the truth and then you smeared me. So this is some get back. So I see both sides. I see why, if he did it, he's confessing, because he doesn't want his hands to be dirty in the racism and children part. But then if he's also one of those, weird narcissistic personality people who just is trying to have a moment out of the opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So I could see both sides of it. Hey, guys. Hey, fam. She was the situation with Garcelle's son being attacked and bullied on social media is unacceptable. Exactly. Bravo should be ashamed of themselves. I guess Nene Leakes was right about Bravo. This is the thing. Nene Leakes was right. A lot of people have come out about Bravo. It's disgusting. It's horrible. And it's a mess. It's a hot mess. Hey, Gloria. I honestly believe that Lisa, Rinna, Diana, and Erica are behind the attack on Garcelle's son. I believe that too. Again, allegedly, in my opinion, based on everything. Hey, Miss T, Lisa is behind the scenes. 100%. Miss T, yes, people pay for subs and followers. 100%. 100%. People, you could even do that on YouTube. I could go out there now and I could pay and inflate my subscriber number. I could just inflate it. But like, I don't know why people would do that, because it's like, don't you want your followers to be real? Like, don't you want real engagement? Don't you want, I don't know. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. Like, why would I do that? Like, who cares? If you have 5K, 10K, 100K, like, you'll get there. But you can buy followers on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's crazy. Miss T, depends not paying Lisa. Depends is not paying Lisa. I know. And didn't she get fired from QVC? Because she was problematic. Hey, Strawberries and Candy. Don't forget, Star Jones put out a restraining order on Lisa Rinna for harassing her. She also lied on Garcelle last year about Harry. That part. Lisa is extremely problematic, particularly when it comes to Black women. Hey, Strawberries and Candy, she and Diana did it. Yeah. I think it was her, Diana, and Erica. I think it was the three of them, because I think that is the new group. I think Dorit is in hiding. I think Dorit is like, these chicks are on a different level of evil. I think, to me, Dorit is like, I will fake and fraud for fame. I will fake and fraud for like a quick check, for some money. But I actually think Dorit has a good heart. I don't think Dorit's a bad person. I think she'll turn some tricks, and I don't mean tricks that way, but you know what I mean? I think she'll, fraud with PK and stuff. for some cash and some cars and some houses. But I don't think Dorit has the same evil streak that Rinna, Diana, and Erica have. And I think Dorit is sort of caught up and is trying to escape that group, but she doesn't really know how because she's scared of them. Hey, Miss T, Diana and Erica look like they would do this BS 100%. Hey, Allspots cleaned the because I don't want to, algorithm and everything. Is still alive, especially in Hollywood. It is. The saddest part is it's alive everywhere. That's the saddest part. Hey, young, right, skinny. Sounds like a publicity stunt like Anthony and RHOBH. Patrick just wants attention. That's the other side of it too. That's the other side of it too. It could just be a stunt. It could just be, because like all con artists, if Patrick is lying, he's being a con artist, he's being a fraud. But like all con artists, they have enough of the truth to make their story believable. Do you know what I mean? Like there's enough truth to it that you can believe it, which is why I'm saying like he does have a history with Rinna. He does have this alleged marketing company. And what he was saying does make sense. They could have made the customized, comments and stuff. He doesn't know. He just knows they're buying the service. He doesn't know what they're putting on there. The software does it, Hey, Velda, Rinna can rob a bank, then claim she's mourning her mother, so give her a break. Exactly. She's a hot mess. Hey, Gloria. Candy, do you think Diana paid Patrick to come out and say that it was him? No, I don't, because this is the thing, because Patrick came out and said it was him and his company, but he said it was Lisa, Rinna, and Diana who was behind hiring him. Now, if he came out and said he did it on his own, then yes. But he came out and said they paid the software, like they paid me for access to the software to do it. I had no idea what they were saying. They just paid me for access, right? Basically, he's like, I'm Spectrum. I don't know what you're watching on TV. I just provide the access to the shows. You know what I'm saying? If he would have came out and said that it was just him, he went rogue and he did this because, I don't know, he wanted to get back in Rinna's good graces or whatever, then yeah, I would be like, who paid you, Patrick? Who bought you off to throw yourself under the bus? But since he implicated them in the scheme, I don't. Hey, Foodie. Hey, sweetheart. I love you. Mwah. Love you. Hey, Curl Addict, like button. That's right, you guys. If you're having a fun kiki, be sure to like this video. Subscribe to my channel because I want to grow the organic and the right way. No bots over here. No fake subs over here. So if you want to support me, hit that subscribe button because I want to grow the natural way. Hey, Darren Hood says, hey, Candy Cane. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, all spots clean. The shade is that they had Diana in hotel room where she belongs. I mean, I think Diana's seen a lot of hotel rooms. You know what I mean? Room 23. Hey, Food D, 100, 100, 100. Hey, all spots clean. She couldn't even stay inside Kyle's house overnight. Diana's a weirdo. Diana's weird. She's really, really weird. Hey, Natoski, not Lisa hiring someone else. 100%. Miss T, Lisa is a mastermind. Exactly. Hey, Gloria. Yes, that's true at Candy. Why would she expose herself again? Right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm leaning towards, let's get through some more comments, and then I'm leaning towards both things being true, and I'll tell you the two things. Hey, who said Kat? Never thought a TV show about talentless actors would take such a dark turn. I know. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, there's rumors that Bravo's just gonna scrap the cast and do like a complete reboot like they did in New York City. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna get rid of some people, but keep a lot of the same people and then just add another people. I don't think that they're gonna just start Beverly Hills all over. I don't think so. Hey, Gloria. I think it's between Erica and Diana. Just my opinion. Yes. Hey, y'all, spot scene showing some love. Yes. Hey, Darren Hood. The three of them are not innocent. I don't blame Dorit for staying quiet while saving her diamond for next season, allegedly. Yeah, I think Dorit is keeping quiet for a couple of reasons. One, she's like, y'all are just too damn dark for me. This isn't what I signed up for. I wanted to be a witch, but not a wicked witch. And I also think the Mauricio Dorit cheating rumor, I think, is another big reason why she's, after going after Dana Wilkie, she's been super quiet. Whether it's true or not, I think she's trying to do damage control when it comes to that. And she's trying to save her Bravo check. I think Bravo will probably demote her to a friend of, and then that season she'll have to prove herself whether or not she gets her diamond back. Hey, Miss Bernice. She goes, this is a grown version of Heather. So sad. It really is. It really, really is. Hey, who said Kat Dorit has her limits of her evilness? Yeah. Like, I don't think Dorit at her core is evil. I think she's a follower. I think she's probably ran some schemes, but I don't think she's the same evil as the other three. Hey, Shay D says, hey, Candy. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? Hey, Strawberries and Candy. Some of the DMs are exact statements Erica made about Garcelle's oldest son on the after show. Erica has a part in this too. Exactly. I think it's all three of them. It's just like I said earlier, three people go to dinner, one person pays the tab, but all three ate. I think all three of them are guilty. I don't care who paid the person. I don't care who paid for the bots. All three are guilty. They all got together, because that's another reason. The bots were only following those three accounts when it came to people being associated with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. All three accounts. That's how I know it's not a fan of the show. That's how you know it's not a fan of the show, because a fan of the show would have also been following Kyle. They would have been following Dorit. They maybe even a Crystal, maybe even somebody else. I understand maybe they're not following Garcelle and Sutton. That makes sense. But to only be following the three of them and then to say it was a fan does not make sense. Particularly because it's the whole, Fox Force 4 or whatever. They would be following Kyle. They'd be following Dorit. They'd be following somebody else if a fan was behind it. Because a fan would be a fan, be a fan, be a fan. Or, on the other side, they would only be following one person, the one person that they were actually supporting. But the fact that they were following the three of them, you're sloppy. You're sloppy. And that's why you always tell on yourself. That's what you guys are saying. Hey, Shady, I think Patrick is trying to clear his name, especially because he wants to distance himself from the racist post. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So I think if he really was behind it, he's saying, listen, I provided a service. What they did with their service is not on me. I want to make it clear I am not involved in any of this stuff. And it's kind of making me lean towards the fact that, like, maybe they really did use his software. It's kind of making me, even though the timelines, I'm like, well, if he called you out in June, why are you still employing him in August? If Rinna called you a liar in June, why is she still your client in August? So that to me is the biggest red flag. It's just the timeline for me that's not making sense. But I also understand him wanting to distance himself. That makes sense. Hey, Foodie. Hey, love. Hey, sweetheart. Yes, all thoughts queens giving that like, that thumbs up sign, 100%. Yes. Hey, Morel. Hey, beauty. She says, hi there. Hi, sweetheart. Hey, Miss T. Did Kyle lose a Netflix special? Oh, okay. So the T on the Netflix special. Okay. If you guys haven't watched it, I did a quick recap of it. So it's linked not below, but it's like on the channel. So word on the street, we know that Kyle and Mauricio had a Netflix spinoff called Buying Beverly Hills. It's supposed to be the rival to like Selling Sunset, right? And it's centered on the agency. Mauricio started the agency, and then he has his daughters underneath him. Like, I forgot the daughter's name, like Ariana, or you know how they have the different names. And it was going to be about the daughters and Mauricio and like their other realtor people, selling Beverly Hills, their family dynamic and selling the beautiful houses and the mansions and all of this stuff, type show. And so allegedly they've already filmed the bulk of season 1, but now that everything has come out, Netflix is kind of like squinting and being like, do we really want to be associated with this? Because at first they're like, oh, We'll get all of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans, the millions of Bravo fans that follow, Kyle and her family in Beverly Hills. We'll get those subscribers and viewers over to Netflix if we have, Kyle's family and Mauricio and the agency on their show. So that was kind of Netflix idea. But then with all this coming out, one, with Mauricio and Dorit affair rumors, it doesn't track that you're trying to push a narrative that he's this family man, real estate tycoon, works with his daughters in real estate, but yet there's all this rumor that he is having an affair with his wife's best friend and co-star. So that's not a good look, right? They don't want those optics. Also, the $27.4 billion lawsuit that the agency and Mauricio was named in, because the agency helped Tom Girardi buy the Spelling Mansion. And that is a part of that $27.4 billion lawsuit. Rick Hilton is named in it, Erica, Tom Girardi, the agency, and Mauricio are all named in that lawsuit. So Netflix is also probably like, wait a minute, we're having this man on this real estate show who was just named in a $27 billion lawsuit for doing fraudulent real estate and, money's stuff, So that's also not a good look. Also, they didn't like the fact that Mauricio co-signed Erica cussing out Garcelle's son. Don't forget, Kyle and Mauricio and Dorit and all of them were having a good old kiki and he was all like, well, I'm happy she did it. She needs to let loose. She deserves it. You're happy she cursed out a child? You're laughing and kikiing and you're happy that Erica cursed out a child? Come on now. And I also think Netflix is kind of squinting because Mauricio is high on something every single episode for like the last 3 years. His eyes are barely ever even open. So maybe that's probably a situation. So that's why they're saying there hasn't been any trailers or promos, because Netflix now is trying to salvage the first season, either do re-edits or reshoots or whatever, and then they're not sure if they're going to green light a second season. Of course, they want it to be like, a franchise and a season and all that, and all those seasons, but now all that has come out, they're not sure given the optics. Hey, Young Rich, Kimora Lee must be trying to prove you wrong from the other day. She's trying to join Real Housewives of Beverly Hills now. No, she's trying to prove me right because she sees that, oh, I could actually be a criminal and still get paid by Bravo. Oh, I could be a criminal and still be protected by Bravo. Oh, I could be a criminal and still be on a show by Bravo. Sign me up. I thought I had to be squeaky clean. But it turns out they had Diana Jenkins on there with open arms. They took Teresa back with open arms. They still have Jen Shaw, even though she pleaded guilty. So we know she's guilty. She pleaded guilty. There's no more allegedly. They still have her filming. So I could totally be a fraudster. I could totally be a criminal. I could totally, defraud all these people and still get a Bravo check. I think she was like, oh, I should have got on the show earlier. Hey, Galaxy S. Methinks Lisa was on her way out and her pal Diana paid her enough to take the fall. Rinna Diana probably paid the third party to come out and protest. He does protest too much, though. That's a good one. Maybe Diana is paying Rinna off. We all know Rinna will take a check from anybody because allegedly Erica gave Rinna $5 million. Was it last year or the year before that? $5 million for what? Who knows? Maybe to launder some money. Hey, Starberry and Candy, can Garcelle do any forensic investigation to find out who paid for the bots? I don't know. I'm sure she could. I'm sure she could find someone to do like a digital investigation, but I don't know. I'm sure Garcelle is probably just really distraught at this point because that's just it's this whole cyber thing with her child. Is this the moment you thought Real Housewives of Beverly Hills could not have taken a darker turn? It took this one all the way down to hell. You know what I mean? Hey, Strawberry and Candy, the George Floyd one was a threat towards a minor. Exactly. That is a threat towards a minor. 100%. 100%. Hey, Shay B, it all started in Hawaii. Bye, yeah, It did. I think they got into Hawaii and they decided, you know what? We're going to get together and we're going to come up with a scheme and we're going to try and take these girls down. I agree with that. Hey, Shady, definitely was Rinna, Diana, Erica. Exactly. The way they were moving before and after the event is very telling and suspect. 100%. Shady says, yes, they concocted this plan there. Exactly. Hey, Shady, shame karma hit the Ferrari woman with that lawsuit on her return. 100%. She got served right there. And allegedly, what's her name? Erica is actually going to have to go to court. Like, she's going to have to show up and actually go to trial because she has so many lawsuits. But in one of the lawsuits, the burn victim, I hate calling him a burn victim, I think his name is Mr. Gomez, was like, no, like, Erica, you need to come to court. Erica, you need to show up. You need to say to us in our faces, talk about your finances, look at us. You know, you have to show up. So it is what it is. Hey, Galaxy, methinks the faux frauds were trying to go for Garcelle via sending Crystal for Queen, Garcelle's buddy Sutton with the dark BS. That failed. Then they ditched Crystal, hit the kids, then hit Kat. This is what I think. I think with Crystal, my conspiracy with Crystal is the moment Crystal came out, remember it was the very beginning of the season, and she brought up what happened last season with the whole violation word and how she came out and said, I don't feel safe in this group. I don't feel validated within this group. They're so scared of being canceled over anything. I think the moment Crystal was honest and was just like, the way you guys sort of dismissed how I felt last season made me feel unvalidated, unseen, and not safe. The moment she did that, the tides turned against Crystal. The tides turned. They stopped hanging out with her. They started questioning the veracity of her ED. All of a sudden, this rumor came out about her falling out with the 14 women from Beverly Hills. That whole rumor came out all of a sudden because they were trying to discredit Crystal because she went against them. She went against the grain. Like, how dare she say something against the faux Fox 4? I think the reason why Crystal called Sutton dark was because Crystal was pushed in a corner. She didn't really have anything to say, and to save her own skin, because Garcelle was asking her good questions, she was like, oh, she said something dark in order to save herself. Again, to me, Crystal is like the light version of Dorit. I don't think there was anything malicious with Crystal. I don't think she is like mean or evil. I think she's a follower. I think she's a pick-me. I think she wants to be liked, but I don't think she has anything really like bad in her. And I think she also is coming to the other side. Hey, who's that cat? These companies, Netflix, really don't do their due diligence. They're so eager to make windfall of money. Exactly. And the only difference is between Netflix and Bravo is that Netflix does have a more of a cachet. You know, Netflix wants to be curated content and blah, 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 blah. We're Netflix. Whereas Bravo, we've known for years, is just like slap it on the whatever, like we'll take whatever. But you're right, neither of them do their due diligence, you know? But I think now Bravo's kind of like, wait a minute. I mean, Netflix is like, wait a minute. Do we really want to get in bed with these people? And you're right, they didn't do their due diligence, because if they did, they wouldn't be betting on Kyle. Bio Kyle, goodbye Kyle. We don't tune in to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for Kyle. Hey, Kimmy Pie. Mauricio loves the ganja. His eyes are barely open. Barely. Hey, Housepot's Cleans. They said Kyle likes the kush. I mean, I'm sure he turned her on. I'm sure he turned her on to it. Hey, listen, they live in California. It's legal here. You know, it's my beautiful state as well. But do what you need to do in private. You don't need to be half-baked every single scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to, you know, have the ganj on your own time, but when you're at work, because don't forget, they're still getting a check from Bravo. So when you're at work, maybe be able to open your eyes. Maybe. Hey, Galaxy, Kyle is in cahoots. She is a half sister and always tried to be better and more popular than her sisters. So true. So true. Hey, Mala, that Patrick guy won't confess to be in the public eye. He has all the tools to do so on his own, and his dirty work is better done behind the scenes. 100%. That's why it's like I see both ways. I see him being a clout chaser and being an opportunist. Then I also see that no. He like they really did hire him, and he's just like, wait a minute. I was with the shits, but I wasn't with this shit. Like I wasn't with the racism and going after a child and threatening a child. So I see how both things could work, if that makes sense. But in either scenario, whether it was Patrick Software or whether he's being a clout chaser, I think at the core, these three women are behind it. In my opinion. Hey, ST. Dorit is a Karen. She lied twice on Garcelle, bullying, jabbing, and saying she was yelling. Yes, very Karen-like behavior, 100%. And also just a complete follower. Hey, all spots clean. Kim paved the way for her first husband family, had a chain of grocery stores. Kim taught them a lot. 100%. Hey, all spots clean. It was a scheme that Todd set up. It was a scheme that Todd set up. Hey, Darren Hood, we don't need Roa to take a dark tone like Roni did last season. I know. And the thing is, it's like with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where do we go from here so we don't have to do that? I think we have to really clean house. I think Diana, Erica, and Rinna need to go. Like, just go. No demotions anymore. No friends of anymore. No give it another season anymore. They just need to go. I don't know why Bravo keeps protecting and holding on to Erica. Like, I don't get that. Like, do the executives not think that they can find someone else? Doesn't make any sense to me. Hey, Galaxy, how can a company be in business that targets minors for attacks? He admitted to targeting a kid, then said he didn't want the smoke for the racism. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's like companies like it's like, I don't want to get in trouble for naming companies, but I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm just using analogies. Okay. It's like an Uber being like, oh, we just provide the service. You know, what our drivers do to you isn't on us. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we just provide the service. What you do with it is on you. Hey, Misty, these ladies are horrible directors. The work is showing. We're on to you. We see you. Like, it's too much. And the thing is, they're so sloppy with it. Like, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, Diana, at least, I think probably still has some blood money. Erica still has blood money. She's pretending to be broke, but she's not. She definitely has an offshore account, in my opinion. Like, definitely. Because she fakes being upset. I think if she really had no access to any money, I think we would see a genuine breakdown, because that's just how psychotic and narcissistic she is. But the fact that she has the fake and phony, like, oh, no makeup at the gas station, but here's my assistant. Oh, I'm going to claw my way to the top, but I live in a multi-million-dollar mansion in LA, driving my Range Rover, and I still have all my designer clothes, and I still fly out my glam squad. You have no idea how far I've fallen, blah, blah, blah. It's all fake and phony and a bunch of BS. I think if she really did not have some sneaky access to some offshore foreign account, I think then we would see a genuine breakdown from her, because then she really would know that she was up a creek without a paddle. But we have yet to see any genuine breakdown from Erica, which is why, in my opinion, I think she 100% still has some money. Hey, MJ, the fact the incident with Jax made GMA, Good Morning America, Bravo had no choice but to make some changes. Exactly. That's why you don't mess with people like Kathy Hilton. And that's why you don't mess with people like Garcelle. Because people like, that's why Rinna's out. Not because she's mean, but because she messed with the wrong one. When you mess with a person like a Kathy Hilton, when you mess with a person like Garcelle, excuse me, guys, it makes a Good Morning America, because they're actually in that world. They're actually in that world. That's why Kathy and Garcelle are actually friends, because they're in that world. You see what I'm saying? They're really in that world. versus like, when Teddy Mellencamp, attacked LVP about, her mother's grief, which is a horrible thing. I'm not equating the two. I'm just making an analogy, right? It was just us talking about it. Good Morning America wasn't, talking about the attack Teddy made on LVP, because even though LVP is wealthy and she's all of this stuff, it's not the same world as a Garcelle and a Kathy, if that makes sense. And neither do these other women. But I would say LVP is at a much higher level than these other women. Hey, Miss D, Erica made all her troubles worse. Yeah. I want her to go to court, and I want her taken down. Hey, all spots clean. They have to say burn victims now respectfully describe how the victims need the money desperately. I know. It's sad. It's so sad. Hey, Shay B, I can still see Erica being nasty and disrespectful even to their face. She will be. She's that dirty. Hey, who said Cat Crystal is a bore? She is. I think Crystal could be better within the right circumstances. So we'll see. Hey, Foodie says, LOL, I'm happy you're having a good time. That's right, you guys. If you're having a good time, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel and share. If you're any groups who like reality TV or Bravo, share my videos in there. It will really, really help, and I'd really, really appreciate it. Hey, Galaxy, I wonder if Elon Musk is going to call this guy for data about bots. I know, after he was going to buy Twitter. Elon Musk, get out of here. Hey, Young Rich, Netflix is still doing business with a child predator and about to do another with an abuser R-word. Wow. That's the thing, that's the thing. It's so sad because it's like, it's being exposed just how many people in positions of power in entertainment and sports and music and, corporate America, like at the top, are this dysfunctional and nuts and all of that stuff. It's just, it's insane. Hey, who said cat? Or who said Kate? I always say cat. Who said Kate? Nothing wrong with California Kush, but not on camera, so I'm professional. Exactly. It's like anything. It's like, enjoy your wine, but don't be wasted on camera. Enjoy the California Kush, but like maybe once you wrap, go home and do you, boo-boo. But like, we don't need to see this on camera. It's very unprofessional. Hey, Strawberries and Candy. Mauricio's eyes look like my chihuahua consuming catnip. Always high AF. 100%. Hey, Shay B. It is their job. Still have an image to keep. Exactly. Hey, Darren. I appreciate Sutton being supportive towards Garcelle on Twitter and IG in her recent post. Me too. And Teresa Giudice also came out and was very supportive directly to Garcelle. I like that too. Hey, Miss T. Dorit just doesn't want anyone asking more questions about her PTSD. That's another thing. She probably doesn't want she doesn't want any smoke about the home invasion. The home invasion, I know that people have been saying, it was staged, it was fake, it was for insurance. I don't have a gut feeling on it, so I'm not going to really say anything, particularly because the children were in the home. To me, I'm like, I'm not a mother, but and I do think Dorit's a great mom. I think she's a really great mom. I just don't see her as a mom planning the invasion when her children are present in the home. So that to me gives me pause of thinking it's fake, but I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Strawberries and Candy, the reunion is going to be ugly. Yeah. Who said Kate said get rid of Andy? I know. Has Andy come out and said anything to Garcelle? Has Andy come out and said anything about this? Andy, why are you quiet? Why are you quiet, Andy? Your employees are out here acting a fool and you have nothing to say? Calling HR. Hey, Randa says, hi, Candy. Great commentary. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Hey, young, rich, skinny, LaToya Jackson would be a perfect replacement. Oh. What is her personality like? Is she like a Mary from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? What's her personality like? That would be cool. Hey, SW, agree. Bravo is responsible as well. 100%. 100%. If I worked at Kinko's, Starbucks, McDonald's, worked at a corporate, whatever, you could work legitimately anywhere where there's actual like a structure, which Bravo is. Bravo's a corporation, guys. And your employees are allegedly doing this to each other. You are responsible. You are responsible. It's not like just random people out there on Instagram and Twitter losing their minds. These are your employees. And particularly, they're acting out in context of the job that they do for you. They're going after Garcelle because she is their co-star, co-worker. They're saying derogatory things based on what happened on camera, on your watch, on your payroll. So it's not even like, oh, well, we're not responsible for what our coworkers do after hours. You know, maybe we all work at Starbucks and then on Saturday night we all went out, you know, and got wasted and something happened. No, it's happening on your particular watch within context of the job that they do for you. You're liable as well. And to be perfectly honest, I even think that if a bunch of employees of a same corporation went out and something went down, it would still spill into the energy and the dynamic at work, and it would matter. Hey, Kimmy Pie, I feel like next week is going to be fireworks when the new year is taped. Heads are going to roll. It's going to be, I mean, this is going to be a very pivotal moment for Bravo and a pivotal moment for Andy. Like, what is he going to say at the reunion? What questions is he going to ask? Is he going to play softball? Is he going to kiss Erica's butt the way he usually does? Like, or is he going to ask the real questions? Are they going to talk about Diana's allegations? Are they going to talk about the bots? Are they really going to talk about it? Hey, SW says, LOL, right. Hey, Shay B, my selection of reality TV will be shifting if those monsters are back on next season. I'm ashamed of even watching and that I have supported this POS network. Same. I was talking about this before. I was just like, I do like the recaps of like the Bravo shows, but where does my own accountability lie? Like my own, like, am I promoting this? Am I still supporting this? It's so disgusting. Or am I being objective and watching something and then talking about it and sharing a different perspective? Where does that accountability lie? Because I want them to be accountable, but I also have to be accountable. Hey, Shay D, Bravo has been enabling these mean girls for a long time, all for the sake of TV entertainment. And that's the saddest part. It's the lowest hanging fruit is what they're doing, this type of drama. Because honestly, I don't know if you guys watched Love and Marriage DC, but I actually found it to be a little flat. I didn't like it that much. I thought it was I recapped it, but I thought it was really flat. I didn't like it that much. I didn't like the dynamics. I didn't like the way they treated Winter. I didn't like Monique's attitude. But what I did like were the moments where all the girls were really getting along, where they were laughing and having a kiki and they were getting along. And I was like, oh, this is entertaining. This is fun. You can have, drama and a kiki and shade without it being dark, without it being, disgusting and mean girl and all of that stuff. And I think that if the ladies had came to this season with a lightheartedness, with wanting to make amends with Sutton, with wanting to be friends with Garcelle and making it a fun kiki and like laughing and getting tipsy on rosé and like peeing on themselves and like having fun and like shopping galore and like, just weird stuff and talking about guys, it would have been a completely different season if they would have chosen the light instead of the darkness. Hey, Strawberries and Candy, I don't believe Tom is mentally incompetent. I don't either. That's the biggest, like, that's a joke. I think Tom is with it. He's with it because, again, I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in conspiracy. And timing is always the most important indication of whether or not something is genuine or fake. I don't think that the moment all of these legal allegations and lawsuit came out, it just so happened he happened to have dementia and Alzheimer's. And I say that with the utmost amount of respect and empathy for people who actually are sick and for family members who actually have to watch the members of their family, go through this disease. It's a heart-wrenching disease. And I don't think he's incompetent at all. I think it was his get out of jail free card. Hey, who said Kate? Erica's house is not as small as it appears on TV. She's only allowing them to fill in certain areas. It is smaller than Tom's house in Pasadena, though. Listen, I live in LA. Her house is not small. Her house is not small at all. It's not small. And it's a multi-million-dollar house. Multi-million-dollar house. Who's paying that rent? Because I think she rents that. Who's paying that rent? Hey, Shay B, I agree. I question is true health issues. Right? Hey, Shay D, absolutely at Shay B. If any fans got any sense, they would boycott the show if these witches are still present. This I will say. If they bring Diana back, I don't think I can watch, guys. I know how much we love reviewing it, but that level of evil and darkness, I don't want that karma coming back on me. To be perfectly honest, how evil she has to be. I mean, again, allegedly, the allegations. I don't want the karma of supporting, enabling, being involved in, promoting that situation, if that makes sense. Hey, Shady. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, Galaxy, please show the pic of Erica using one of the stolen 25 debit cards at the parking meter, right? Those cards is how she has money. She's maxing $2,500 a day, and that's $100K in cash in a few months. Yep, and those were the debit cards that they allegedly stole from that $24.7 billion lawsuit. Hey, Miss T, Bravo loves a train wreck, so Bravo wants to see the horrible real-life story to the end. It's just disgusting and so sad. ASW, this was also an attack on a minor, and there were racist comments too. Exactly. And the attacks on a minor, that has to be illegal. Because that's a threat. The George Floyd comment was a threat. 100%. So I need them to figure out who was behind this. I need some proof. I need some stuff. Hey, Foodie, yes, sis, I'm so proud of you. I love this. Yay, thank you, sweetheart. I love you too. Appreciate you. Hey, Shay B, Hollywood life isn't all that it's cracked up to be for most, right? I was watching a clip that Kevin Hart had, and he was like, he's like, every day I have to get up and I just have to keep going. I have to push through. He's like, no matter how tired I am, no matter how depressed I am, no matter this, that. And it's so true because sometimes, we see celebrities or Hollywood and we think, wow, their life must be perfect and so easy. But then when you talk to most of them, or when they are being, themselves and they're being authentic, they talk a lot about their struggles with anxiety and depression and feeling lonely and don't know who to trust and all of this stuff. So sometimes it's a lot of, smoke and mirrors and stuff. And I really respect Kevin Hart. I think he's an amazing person. And I love that he is so transparent. I think he's a really good person. Hey, Miss T, Marlo said he isn't at work. His wife is. Bloop. Hey, Kenny, so you think Cherie is not a friend to Garcelle? No, she's not. Okay, listen. Cherie. Oh, wait, let me get to a couple comments and then I'll get into Cherie. So Strawberries and Candy says, Chanel Ayan unfollowed Diana in solidarity with Garcelle and Son. Okay, now that is a friend. We all know my feelings on Chanel Ayan. If you don't, you got to go watch my recaps of Real Housewives of Dubai. But that's a real one. Unlike Cherie, who was posting happy birthday to Diana in the midst of Botgate, in the midst of Diana being the one who allegedly helped to buy these bots and cyber attack Garcelle's son. You want to wish this chick a happy birthday because you're that thirsty for a diamond that Bravo still is not even going to give you? I hope Garcelle never messes with you again. I'm a person, I'm really big on loyalty. When you are my friend, you are my friend. I don't mean it in like that weird, like you can't be friends with other people way. I mean it like when you're my friend, like you're my friend, we're down for each other. The fact that she wished this chick a happy birthday in the midst of all this told me everything I needed to know about her. I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt when everybody was calling her a flip flopper, when everybody was calling her out, when she was doing those weird, riding the fence, defending the Fox Force 5, going after Sutton interviews. I was like, maybe she just is etching her bets. She's a little insecure about where she lands. And she's just, putting all of her eggs in a basket, just trying to get a diamond. I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt that she really wasn't disloyal and dirty. But the fact that she wished Diana a happy birthday, with all of the child sex trafficker allegations, I don't know how anybody is still trying to co-sign Diana. Anybody. Like, Cherie, I'm confused. You're trying to, hitch your horse to an alleged child sex trafficker? What? Are you that hard up? And then secondly, someone who is, whether it's proven or not, strong allegations that they were a part of cyberbullying your good girlfriend of years child, and you have the audacity to wish that person a happy birthday? Goodbye, Cherie. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. No. You get no more benefit of the doubt. You're not a flip flopper. You're just straight up disloyal. Now I'm looking at you sideways, were you always low key jealous of Garcelle? I never picked up any jealousy between the two of them. But the way she's moving now, it's like maybe she became jealous of Garcelle once Garcelle became the fan favorite and she has the diamond, and Garcelle is really good friends with Sutton. So who knows? Hey, who said Kate? She's sorry. Don't believe Dorit. The kids were because PK knew it would be safe. PK is in deep debt. Lies, lies, lies. Ooh, dun, 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 dun. Hey, Food D, 100% and kisses and love. Love you too. Hey, Darren Hood, Andy's on vacation, I believe. Convenient timing for vacation. But even on vacation, don't you have the internet there in Cucamonga, wherever you are? Hey, Shay B, Andy's on vacay, yeah. But we have to see how he moves at the reunion. We have to see how Andy moves at the reunion. That will be extremely telling, right? Okay, hey, Shay D, Crystal would be better with Garcelle and Sutton. Exactly. Unfortunately, she was trying to align herself with the in crowd. I think she knows that was the wrong road now. Yeah, she knows it now because they threw her under the bus in a heartbeat. Because with them, you either fall in line or they try and make your life miserable to get you out, the way they did with Denise. Denise was not falling in line, and look what they did to her. Garcelle was not falling in line, and look what they tried to do to her. Tried to get her against Sutton, and it didn't work. And then now doing cyber attacks. These disgusting women. Hey, SW, right. He didn't even repost that bland post like the other women without caption LOL, right? Crazy, 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 crazy. Yeah, the thing is, we need to see how Andy's going to move on the reunion. That's really going to be the moment for Andy. The questions he asks, whose side is he on? That's going to be the pivotal moment. How does Andy move on the reunion? Hey, all spots clean. Latoya is too sensitive, and she will let you know that she's very well off. LOL. Hey, Velda, Andy is proving Nini's allegations. Yeah. But Nini dropped the bag, and maybe it was just, right message, wrong messenger type situation. Hey, Shady, exactly, all day, every day. Hey, Galaxy, Dorit was robbed in 2018, then again in 2021. As a mom who is staging a show, the kids weren't in danger the second time. Plus, I thought Dorit lived in a gated community. Yeah. I mean, Dana Wilkie came out and said some stuff, right? About that. And that's why PK called her the see you next Tuesday of the week. Hey, Young Rich, Latoya equals Mary Kathy Hilton. I'm here for it. I'm here for that type of mix. That'd be fun. Hey, Strawberries and Candy, I want Andy to give Diana, Lisa, and Erica the same smoke he gave Candace Dillard. Bloop. That part. I don't want him to crack jokes to make them feel comfortable. Exactly. Hey, Shay B, to my knowledge, Encino, where they live, is not gated. I don't think, no. You're right, Shay B. I don't think Encino's a gated community. And Encino's also where, isn't that where all the Vanderpump Rules kids moved to? It's like Encino, like the Valley area. I used to see those kids out all the time. I haven't seen them in a long time though. Hey Shady, same with what he's done with Monique Samuels too. Exactly. Like we need to see Andy come in strong with the real questions and to really give it to them. And don't make Erica feel comfortable. Don't make Diana or Lisa Rinna feel comfortable. Like do your job and like give it to them. And Bravo needs to come out with a stronger statement. As a corporation, forget that it's a television show. You're a corporation. You have investors. You have advertisers. You have us as the audience. We are the ones who keeps Bravo in business. The only way Bravo makes money is if people watch. So you need to be beholden to us because at the end of the day, we're the reason why advertisers pay you. It's the same exact thing with social media we were talking about. You know, the more viewers you have, the more money brands will pay you to advertise on your show. Hey, Laylee. Hey, Candy. I would just wish Bravo would do their due diligence exactly and stop the racial foolery and attacks as we have seen more than once. It's not entertainment. 100%. Hey, Strawberries and Candy. Garcelle makes Bravo money and is good face for advertisers. Bravo doesn't protect its talent. Exactly. That's why Kim and LVP don't want to come back to the show. 100%. It's the weirdest thing. It's like they protect certain talent at certain time, but not all talent at all times. They're not really protecting Garcelle. They didn't protect LV or Kim, but yet they have protected Erica. And they have protected Lisa for a long time, only up until Lisa went for Kathy. Hey, MJ, Andy should have gotten someone that's not afraid to ask the hard questions for the reunion like he did with Potomac. Yep. Hey, Young Rich, Andy Cohen tweeted, good morning, tweeting for implication to say, at Cardinals are blowing my mind again. So, wow. So, Andy, you have enough time in your day to tweet about the Cardinals, but you don't have enough time in your day to sow solidarity with Garcelle. We see you, Andy. Young Rich, Love and Marriage DC was boring. Yeah, it was flat. You know what it was? It wasn't fun. It wasn't a fun show. And it wasn't, since it was the first season, unlike a Beverly Hills that is now becoming dark and not fun, we had no investment in those women, right? It just wasn't a fun show. It was really flat. It was very, very flat. Hey, Lily. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. She goes, I'm not expecting Annie to do anything. It just keeps repeating itself, and it's sad. Grow. Exactly. Hey, Strawberries and Candy. LaToya would get eaten alive. She's very quiet and nice. Look how Nene treated her on Celebrity Apprentice. Oh, damn. Hey, Shay B. Yep, near my city. Andy was spotted. And yeah, he can tweet about the Cardinals, but not about what's going on his alleged show. Maybe Andy's mad because he doesn't have the power he used to have. Hey, Strawberries and Candy. LaToya is too sensitive. Soul like her brother, and they tear her apart. Oh. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Galaxy. So are the elderly allowed to rob people and steal from banks? If they're senile, it's okay now? Right? Right? And this is the thing. They took Robert Durst to trial. Robert Durst was the really rich guy who, like, murdered lots of people. He basically was a serial killer, to be honest. He killed mad people. He killed his wife. He killed his best friend. He killed this guy that he met while he was on the run. And then there's other people that he may have killed. They took him to trial. And he was old. Had a whole catheter and everything. Hey, Lily, I'm not looking for Andy to do anything. That's right. Hey, SW, right. Who is paying that rent? Who is paying? Erica doesn't make enough money on Bravo. Who's buying her extensions? Does she even really have a company that's an extension line, or is that another front for how she's pretending that she still is able to afford her life? Bravo does not pay her enough for the house that she lives here in California. They don't. For as much money as that cost, for her to still have a glam squad that she pays for to come to her to fly everywhere, for the designer clothes that she still wears, for the cars that she drives and everything. I don't think that little Bravo check is footing all of that bill. Also, don't forget, what happened to the stuff that she stole from the house? Allegedly. Don't forget, remember when everything went down? Allegedly, the house she shared with Tom Girardi was conveniently, and that's another thing. So at this point, Kyle Richards' house was broken into conveniently when her and her whole family was on vacation. Conveniently, when Teddy Mellencamp's husband was the one doing the security. That's another convenience. Her house was broken into. As we've all talked about, Dorit, multiple break-ins. Then Erica had her alleged break-in right when all the lawsuits was going down, right before they seized the house. Where is everything that was stolen from the house? They basically went into the house, stole everything they wanted, and then was like, oh, there was a break into the house. And then the government, seized the house or whatever. Again, when it comes to conspiracies, it's always about the timing. I don't think it's a coincidence that her house magically got broken into days before it was seized by the feds. Okay. Hey, Shay B, they're just jealous of Garcelle, Sutton, and Kathy's genuine friendship. The fake four crew are not real friends. They just have dirt on each other. Exactly. That's why Dorit it doesn't know how to get out, because they have too much dirt on her, and she's scared that the moment she tries to leave them, they're going to do her dirty the way they did Crystal, the way they did Sutton, the way they did Garcelle, the way they tried to do Kathy, the way they did Denise, the way they did Kim. Hey, Darren Hood, Sutton and Garcelle both unfollowed Diana on Instagram, so they already know what time it is. 100%. Hey, Food D. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Young Rich. At Strawberries and Candy, did you hear on Celebrity Apprentice and Janet choking her out with a clothes hanger? The girl ain't sensitive, LOL. Hey, SW, that was a threat. It was a threat. The George Floyd thing, that was 100% that was a threat. Hey, ST, when you have a tax and gambling debts, you can totally plan something with the kids in the house when they are sleeping. Dorit says there was a gun, but there was no mention of a gun in the police report. Ooh, you guys, am I being naive? Am I being too soft on Dorit? Hey, all spots clean. Anytime you're on cameras, you at work. Bloop. Exactly. SW says, unlike Cherie. Exactly. Oh my God, was that at the same time? LOL. Exactly. Hey, Miss, I think Dubai has light shade. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I like the light shade on Dubai. Dubai is a fun, chill kiki. Not that deep, not dark. It's just a light kiki. I'm like looking forward to season 2. I think season 2 will be better than season 1. I'm looking forward to the reunion. But yeah, Dubai, it's a light kiki. It's a light shade. It's not dark. It's not that deep. It's just like, oh, you said that you're more successful than me. Oh, boo. Oh my God, you bought me a goat. Oh, like it's just like stupid stuff. Hey, Young Rich, Diana hired 24/7 security claiming death threats from Real Housewives of Bravo's fans. Sweetheart, those are not Real Housewives of Bravo fans sending you death threats. Those are probably the family members of all of the people that you sex trafficked over the last couple of decades coming to get you. Or maybe it's the people in your clientele book that don't want their secrets exposed, a la Jeffrey Epstein, a la Giselle Maxwell, or Ghislaine Maxwell. Maybe it's those people sending you death threats that, like, you know what? If you go down for this, Diana, we don't want our secrets exposed. You don't want to end up like a Jeffrey Epstein, conveniently taken out in your jail cell. So I don't think it's us coming from you, Diana. I don't think it's us. It's probably all of the people in your past that you allegedly sold into sex trafficking. Maybe it's them. Maybe it's their family members. And maybe it's all your clients who want to keep their secrets hidden. Because you think they're going to protect you, Diana, before they protect themselves? You've lost it. And if you think they're above taking you out, people who are willing to buy children and buy other people, you really think that their moral compass stops at you? Girl, bye. Hey, Darren Hood, is Cherie not slick for turning her comments off from the Bravo post? Because she knows she's dirty as hell. Garcelle and Sutton need to unfollow Cherie because you missed me with that one. She would never be in my life again. Never ever. Ever ever. Hey SW and calling Rinna nurturing, LOL. Ugh. Ugh ugh ugh. Hey Shay B, Cherie's low down and dirty. She really is. SB says goodbye. Exactly. Hey, all spots clean. All Will Smith money, long girl, exactly, long gone girl. So she's in need up to keep appearances. Yeah, because her son is of age, so no more child support. Were they married? Is there alimony? But I don't know if that's. I don't know if she's getting it. I don't know. But allegedly, she was selling knockoff purses online, which honestly is fine. Like, I don't knock anybody's hustle. The reason why I don't like Cherie, like, if you need to sell, if you need to do like your little Etsy or your eBay or whatever, like, do you, boo boo. But don't be disloyal to Garcelle. That's what gets me. Don't play in Garcelle's face like you're her friend. Don't try and backstab Sutton. And then the moment you get a chance, you turn around and try and throw Garcelle under the bus with these other chicks. Miss me with that. Hey, who said cat? I was taken back when Cherie jokingly said she would get with Oliver, but then she gave a birthday wish to Diana. No, I'm done. Yep. Yeah, that was nasty. Ugh. Blech. Hey, all spots clean. I meant Will Smith money, long gone. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I don't think she gets any money from him anymore. Hey, Shay D, Garcelle should clean house with Cherie. She was a total disappointment. I agree. And she doesn't land the way Garcelle does, right? Like, Garcelle is just a freaking presence. She's gorgeous and she's cool and she's classy and she's entertaining. Like, Cherie just doesn't land the same way Garcelle does, if that makes sense. She just doesn't land the same way. Hey, SW, no, let's cancel the reunion. Let them know we are not watching until they fire those ladies. Bloop. Hey, all spots cleans. Camille didn't fall in line either. I love her. I love Camille too. I love her. I actually I've hung out with her in real life. And Camille is a sweetheart. She's really, really nice. She's a fierce mama bear. And she is a sweetheart. I actually did a web series with her daughter, Mason. And so I did a web series with her daughter, Mason. And so I met her on set and afterwards. And Camille is nothing but a class act. She is really nice, really kind. She's a great mom. She's really funny. No, Camille's great. She's great. Hey, Miss T, Cherie did make the comment about Garcelle's son, which gave me pause. Yeah, that was nasty. Hey, Strawberries and Candy at Young Rich Skinny. I did. I also saw Nene called Latoya a ghost and that she was mute. Yikes. I also saw her in the reality show with Kathy Hilton. She's got a lot of trauma and is sensitive like her brother. Aww. Hey, Shay B, I think we all know how Andy's gonna move. True. SW says exactly. Hey, Strawberries and Candy, Dorit's house is gated, but Dorit doesn't live in a gated community. Ah. Yeah. That could be true. All spots clean. Let's be fair. It's not only Andy on camera saying the racist stuff. It's the individual with behind the scenes have yet to be seen. True. Who said Kate? I always believed Nene. Unfortunately, her message got lost in the delivery. I was listening and I believed her though. Yeah, the thing with Nene was, do I believe what Nene said? Sure. Do I think that happened? Yeah. However, it's really hard to have sympathy for Nene when the only reason why you're now trying to expose it is because you're no longer benefiting from it. You know, it's like you're no longer in favor. Because I think that if Bravo would have asked her back, would Nene have ever sued Bravo and Andy for racism and all this stuff if they had asked her back? That answer is obviously no. So if you don't have a problem with them being racist, if you don't have a problem with them treating Black talent differently, if you don't have a problem with all of this stuff, as long as you're getting a check, then you don't really have the right to now all of a sudden try and be the face of this. It would be completely different if it was someone who came out and was just like, whoa, they hired me, all this stuff happened. you know, I quit because I had to leave because it was a toxic environment and now I'm going to sue. That's one thing. But you benefited from years of it. So is what you're saying necessarily true about how they operate and move? Yes. But are you actually the person qualified to fight the fight? No. Because you benefited from it. And the only reason why you're talking now is because it no longer serves you. So I think that was the problem with Nene. It was the right message, but the wrong messenger. Hey, Strawberry and Candy, the Vanderbilt kids live in the Valley Village. Yep. Valley Village. Hey, Lily, I don't know if y'all know this. Diane's son for the show is dating Damon Dash's daughter, Ava, to which she made a couple of appearances. Yeah, we saw her. I didn't know that was Damon Dash's daughter, though. But I did see his son on the show, but I didn't know it was Damon Dash's daughter. You guys, if you're having fun, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel because it really, really helps me, and share, because I'm not buying bots. I'm not buying fake followers. I'm not buying fake subbies. So help me grow organically, unlike Lisa Rinna and her crew. Allegedly. But that's not even alleged because, I mean, he came out and had the receipts. Hey, Miss T, very convenient. Dorit didn't have an alarm on the house tonight, a burglar. I know. You guys are bringing me to the side where it might be fake. Oh, ah. Hey, SW, right, so cray. Exactly. Hey, Maria. She goes, I agree. I find it hard to believe Rinna was still using Patrick in August. I think it may be Diana pulling the strings because Diana thinks she's clever enough to fool everyone. Yeah, like that's the thing, though. It's like, but he implicated Rinna. And if memory serves me right from when I read his, his post or whatever, he kind of implicated Diana too. So that's the only reason why I'm like, I don't know if Diana, paid him off to come out and say this, is because he is still implicating people from the show. If he came out and said he did it on his own accord, then I would be like, conspiracy theory, they're paying you to be the fall guy. You got a bag to be the fall guy. But the fact that he's still implicating people from the show makes me feel like one of two things. He's trying to distance himself because they really did pay him, but he was like, hold up. I would take your money for some fake followers, but I'm not co-signing the racist stuff. Let me disappear on that one, get out of that way. Or let me be an opportunist and take this moment to get some clout, right? But what do you guys think? Let me know. Hey, Ms. T, Bravo protects the wrong talent every time. Yeah. And they have no problems. And you know what I was also thinking? How come, and this is another thing, isn't Apollo back on Real Housewives of Atlanta? That shows you right there how dirty Bravo is. Apollo went to prison. Same thing with Teresa. Went to prison. Apollo went to prison for wasn't it like identity theft and like credit card fraud and all of that stuff? And he got to come back on the show like, welcome back, Apollo. It's crazy. And the thing is, there's no such thing as a victimless crime. No such thing. Someone always gets hurt. Always. There's no such thing as a victimless crime. Well, unless it's like someone's hungry and they steal bread from a grocery store. But you know what I mean. In the white collar world, there's no such thing as a victimless crime because they're always defrauding someone. There's always a victim when it comes to that stuff. Hey, who said cat? Kate. So true. They protect certain messy people. Yep, Kim is messy and they didn't protect her. But they did protect Kim Zolciak. She got protection. Hey, Natalia. Hello. I just found your channel and just subscribed. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I like your topic. I don't understand why Dorit live in the same place you got robbed in the first time. You know what, my beautiful candy canes? You're turning me to the other side. You're turning me to the other side. Now I'm kind of squinting at you, Dorit. Squinting. Hey, all spots clean. I think Bravo reran the episode when Nene said the mulatto comment to fight the racist claims, which led to dismissal. Of course, they're gonna try and dirty up the person coming for them. Of course, they always do that. They always try and dirty up the person. You know, I think that I think what Nene was saying was probably true. You know, a lot of people have come out against Andy. A lot of people have come out against. Oh, you're saying which led to the mistrial. I'll tell you why I think there was a dismissal. Um, so I think all of that stuff is true, but again, the wrong messenger for the message. The reason why I think the case got dismissed is a couple of things. One, but the biggest reason why I think the case got dismissed is because she filed through a legal technicality. In the contract she signed with Bravo, when you have in the contract it says when they have a legal dispute, it has to be arbitrated in New York. She filed her claim against them in Georgia. And that matters. It matters the jurisdiction that you file your lawsuits, because that is a part of the lawsuit. What jurisdiction, what city, what county, whatever has the jurisdiction, which means the authority to actually oh, thank you so much for this super chat. Thank you, Natalia. Oh, let me see where it went. Let me see where to go. Thank you, Natalia, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, so I really appreciate that. Thank you. So let's get back to the dismissal, right? So it matters where you file your suit. Who has the authority, the jurisdiction to actually try your case. So I think she filed it in the wrong jurisdiction. And B, I don't know what because she was on Twitter being like, I have receipts, I have recordings, I have this, that, and the third and everything, right? Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. She was trying to get Kathy Griffin on as like a witness and all that stuff, you know, doing all the most and doing all of these things. But I think maybe she has enough circumstantial evidence for it to proceed, but just not in the right jurisdiction, which is why I think they dismissed it without prejudice, meaning you have this case, whatever, you know, maybe it's a good case, maybe it's a bad case, but you filed it under the wrong jurisdiction. So we're not going to say that your case cannot move forward. We have yet to see if it can, but it just has to move forward in the right jurisdiction. And I also think that she probably got scared that Bravo was going to sue her for legal fees, because in the release that came out, it made sure to state each party will not be seeking legal fees against the other party, right? But given the fact that it got dismissed, not that she won, the person who would be able to get the legal fees would be Bravo. They would be the ones that would say, you brought a frivolous lawsuit to us. You wasted all of our money on these attorney fees. We can now turn around and sue you for those legal fees. It's a deterrent. It's to deter people from bringing frivolous lawsuits against other people. Being like, well, if you bring us a bogus lawsuit and you lose, then you're on the hook for those people's legal fees if they want to go after you. So what I think is what happened was she did the lawsuit in the wrong jurisdiction, and then Bravo, NBC probably played a bargaining chip. Do I think they were going to go after her for legal fees? Probably not, but they use it as a bargaining chip. Well, then you dismiss the case against us. We won't go after you for legal fees. That's what I think really happened. So Nene has the option to refile the lawsuit, but she'd have to start from scratch. She'd have to start all over again in the correct jurisdiction. And then they could go and see if they either want to settle it or then they want to go to trial. But the fact that it was dismissed without prejudice, to me, 99% of the time, that means you did not get a settlement. Because if you get a settlement on a case, that's what it means. The case is settled. And in our legal system, if you get a settlement at a case, you cannot then go back and re-sue them for the same exact thing. It means the case is settled. Then it would be dismissed with prejudice. And with prejudice means it's dismissed, you can't sue us again for the same thing. It's over. Either dismiss with prejudice because it has no merit, stop playing with our courts, it has no merit, or dismiss with prejudice because you settled out of court. You've already settled the matter, and it's settled. That's why it's called a settlement. The matter is settled. So the fact that she still has the option to bring them to court, to me says, sure, you may have a case, but there's some legality here where you didn't do something right. So we're going to dismiss the case without prejudice. You can now go back, get all your ducks in a row, and start all over again. But it does not mean that she got money. I don't think she got money, because I don't think a single lawyer worth his salt, particularly the lawyers NBC have, would ever allow their client to pay you and still have the power to sue you again for the same exact thing. Doesn't make sense. It's like double jeopardy in our country. If you go to trial and you're found not guilty, you can't go back to trial for that same crime. It's double jeopardy. It's the same exact sentiment. I'm not going to pay you. I'm not going to settle with you. And then you can still sue me for the same exact thing. That doesn't make sense. That's what I think happened with Nene. Because also, if you notice, she removed all the stuff she said about Bravo. I bet you that was part of it too, so they wouldn't go after her. All right, let's see what you guys are saying up here. All right. Okay, Natalia. Oh, that's right. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. Hey, Darren Hood. Nene torn LaToya up on Celebrity Apprentice outside of Star Jones. See, Nene's a mess. And also, wasn't Nene hooping and hollering and was still in cahoots with Kim Zolciak? So it's like you were still kicking it with Kim. You were still kicking it with Kim. If her racist behavior was so atrocious to you, how come you and her have been on again, off again best friends for like 2 decades? You were still kicking it with Kim. You still follow her on Instagram. So if Kim is so atrociously racist against you, why are you still Instagram followers? See, Nene, that's why it was the right message, wrong messenger. Hey, Ospatzine, LaToya is iconic. Nene was a fad. Hey, Miss T, I think Nene took the money and dropped her suit. Bravo, hush money. See, I don't think she got any money, because she can't. The fact that it was dismissed without prejudice. Hey, Miss T, Ospots Clean. Miss T, Nene ain't getting nothing. Yeah, I don't think she got anything either. Hey, Ospots Clean. If Nene won anything, she'd be online saying she's very rich. Yup, her home finally sold on her Buckethead condominium. It is for sale. Yeah, I don't think she got anything. I think she has the opportunity to re-sue them, which is why I don't think she got anything. Hey, ST, NBC, I believe, is racist. Apparently, there are tapes of the T word using the N word when he had the Apprentice show, but they shielded them. That I believe. Miss T is laughing. Hey, Young Rich, yeah, she faked it. Sorry. Hey, Darren Hood, ciao. Proctor accepted his invite to the Real Housewives of Reunion taping. He posted on IG stories a few moments ago. What? Ooh, we should have a viewing party. Hey, Miss T, Roberts left Dorit's cell phone before leaving. All right, you guys. All right. I might be like, you know what? The math ain't mathing, Dorit. The math ain't mathing. Hey, MJ, that's what these housewife shows were supposed to be like. Dubai, all luxury with light shade. Yeah, we need to get back to that core. We need to get back to that. Hey, Lorraine, please also remember Yolanda and Kim. I know. They did Yolanda dirty. They did Yolanda dirty. Now, yeah, Rich, Dubai was light shade because it's season 1. Look at Brooke's Twitter for one, LOL. I mean, that's true. I mean, Brooks came for me on Twitter, and I'm like, you have the time for me, Brooks? Like, I have like 6K on YouTube. Like, you're coming after me, Brooks? Like, you have the time? Thanks. Hey, Young Rich, you lost it. I love it when you say that. Hey, Sandra James, good evening. Have a great weekend. You too. Hey, Food D, LOL. I love it. Hey, it's D, LOL. I love it. Hey, Young Rich, Will Smith was the same way as Sheree until he found out the Oscars after he slapped Chris, they're not really for him. They are one and the same. Yep. To me, it's called the Meghan Markle effect. Rock with me on this, okay? Rock with me on this. It's a little departure from Beverly Hills. It's the Meghan Markle effect, where you forget you're black until they remind you that you're black. Like, I think Meghan Markle forgot she was black. I think that she thought, oh, I'm, an actor on this show, and I have all of these famous friends, and I have all this access, and I have all this money, and I'm marrying a prince. Like, I think she forgot she was black until they quickly reminded her that we don't care. We don't care how much money you have. We don't care who you're marrying. We don't care that you're an actor, activist. At the end of the day, you're black. And it's like she forgot she was black. She thought she ascended her blackness, and they quickly reminded her, we don't care that your dad's white. You're still black. You know what I mean? Exactly. Hey, who said Kate? I'm gonna age myself and confess that I've had a girl crush on Garcelle since NYPD Blues. Oh, I love it. Hey, Darren Hood, I love Camille on Ross of Beverly Hills. I love Camille too. She was a hoot. Kyle did her dirty though. Kyle did Camille dirty. Hey, Miss T, thank you for the support, sweetheart. Hey, Shelly Tubby, no way. Hey, MJ, Yolanda didn't fall in line either. Exactly. She was giving Rinna the business after the Munchausen accusation. Yup. Hey, Shay B, that's where Nene crossed the line for me and putting her hands on someone else, which I never agree with. Yep. Nene, it was a stretch, girl. It was a stretch. Hey, Shay D, Camille needs to come back to Beverly Hills along with LVP, Kim Richards, and Denise. I would love that. I would love that. Hey, Velda, it is his daughter. Yep. Hey, Shay D, I would love them to take down Rinna. Me too. I want Rinna, them to give, the business to her. Really the business. Hey, Shelly, she was robbed before, too. I know, right? Hey, Sandra B, she said something about because the kids were home, and I'm like, no, I have pets, and I have an alarm system, and I can see it every night. There's way to set the alarm system, but pets and kids. And that's the thing. Look, you're always going to have pets and you're always going to have kids. What, are you never going to have an alarm system? That doesn't make any sense. Hey, Starbreeze and Candy, I believe BK set the robbery up but didn't know it was going to happen. They owed some scary people money. Wow. That's crazy. Hey, Shelly, Diana would have made sure he was paid in full, in my opinion. Rinna, not so much. She probably thought he would never say a word even if he wasn't paid. Wow. Hey, Starbreeze and Candy, Dorit didn't know it was going to happen. Oh, I see what you guys are saying. He set it up and she didn't know. Plausible deniability. Hey, Velda, Teresa came back too. That's what I'm saying. Did it with Teresa, Jen, Apollo. It's crazy. I think so, Strawberry. Facts at Young. Aw, Foodie says, love Natalia. That's right. Thank you, Natalia. Hey, Connie. He says, if Denise come back, they might attack her child. They better not. As long as Diana and Rinna and Erica aren't there, I think her child will be safe. Because let's be serious, they're the ones who came after him. Hey, Natalia. Oh, love's good D. Yay. Yay, I love it. Hey, ST. I think Nene got something. She's quiet and she agreed to dismiss it. I think if she got something, it would have been dismissed. I think she's quiet because she doesn't want Bravo to countersue for lawyer fees. That's why she's quiet. You gotta realize, listen, particularly with our judicial system, innocent people go to jail every day. Criminals get hookups every day. Look at Tom Girardi. Just look at any situation, right? Every single day. I don't even think it's that deep with Nene. I don't even think it's that deep. I think she did the case in the wrong jurisdiction, and probably some other stuff came out. And it's also, remember, she would have to prove that the only reason why her career was gone was because of Andy and Bravo. But that's not true. It's I can't act up on my current job and get fired and then start interviewing for other jobs and put them on my list of references and then try and sue them when they give me a bad reference. The thing is, she's conflating things. Does NBC, Bravo, Andy, whatever, have they had previous issues with racism and not protecting talent, allegations? 100%? Yes, 100%. But she's conflating their huger, deeper issue with her personal issue. She's conflating the two. Nene, your personal issue is that you had no problem with working with these people as long as you were getting a check and you were in favor. Your own ego is what took you down. Maybe people don't want to work with you because of you. Reputation matters. Reputation matters. I couldn't act up on my job, get fired, and then sue them for giving me a bad reference. You know what I mean? And I think that's the core issue with Nene's lawsuit. You're conflating multiple issues. You're taking one issue that may be true and conflating it with your personal issue for your own agenda. But I think if Nene actually got money, it would be dismissed with prejudice. The way for example, Blac Chyna's case against Rob Kardashian was dismissed with prejudice because we all know she got a bag. Now, she got a bag. She got a settlement. The Kardashians paid Blac Chyna a lot of money, I believe, to dismiss the case against Rob Kardashian. And it was dismissed with prejudice, meaning you got the bag, it's over, it's settled. That's why it's called a settlement. I think she's quiet now because she's probably fearful that NBC will seek attorney fees against her. That's why I think she's quiet now. Not because she got money. If it was dismissed with prejudice, then I would say she got the bag. But without prejudice, I don't think that's legally sound. Let's see what you guys are saying. Well, the Nene blew her bag due to her own inflated ego and big mouth. Exactly. Hey, ST, I think that is not true. No one announces they got money, only a fool. It's like winning the lottery. You better not say anything or else you could wind up dead. Oh, no. Hey, Miss T, Brooks has way too much free time. Way too much free time. Way too much. Hey, Natalia, Andy is a sellout. This is the same man who allowed Marlo back after she said the F word in Africa with her fight in Cherie years ago. I forgot about that. That is so true. ST, hashtag Team Sussex, Team Megan, Team Harry, Sussex Squad. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm on their side. I like Megan. I like Harry. I'm totally on their side. But I think their culture shock was, one, because Meghan Markle forgot she was Black. And then I also think that Harry, because he doesn't have the lived experience, underestimated the level of racism in England, in the world, in the palace. You know what I'm saying? Miss T, Garcelle is fancy. She is. Hey, ST, what is your ethnicity? I'm Black. I'm a Black woman. Hey, Young Rich, did you see Erica talking about Bravo didn't make a statement about her cop son? If this White Lives Matter chick doesn't get out of my face, Erica, first of all, your son is a grown man still living at home with mommy. Let's not conflate the same situation with a 14-year-old child being attacked and threatened online. They're two different situations. Also with that, huge difference, Erica. One, like I said, your son is an adult living at home with mommy. He's still an adult, not a child. Two, Erica, you put your son on blast on television. I don't mean the same as like Garcelle shoots with her children. I mean two different things. You're the one, Erica, talking about your son like in these times being a cop and blah 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 and all that stuff. And then also, Erica, you're the one who lost your mind against Eileen. Remember a couple years ago when Eileen talked about her son? She's like, "Don't you ever talk about my son." And she went absolutely crazy. So you lost your mind when someone made a hypothetical comment about your son, Eileen, when Eileen did that and your son's a grown man, but yet you thought it was a cool key to cuss out Garcelle's minor child. And if I'm also correct, I don't think anybody threatened Erica's son. And also, he's an adult. Erica, shut up. Erica, shut up. Hey, Talia. Hi, young, rich, skinny. Yes. Like, Erica, just is so disgusting. It's so disgusting. It's completely disgusting. And it's like, don't hijack someone's issue. Don't be dismissive. Like, well, people said things about Portia. People said things about Erica's son. We're not talking about Portia. We're not talking about Erica's son. We're talking about what happened to Garcelle's son. Full stop. Because what happened to that boy matters. Period. Hey, Darren Hood. Patrick said that this is the first time in Housewives history a non-cast member, excluding friends and family, has been invited to a reunion. Wow. Hey, MJ. Erica did say something derogatory towards Denise's girls and wouldn't apologize. Yeah, remember she said something like, oh, they probably are, they know what a threesome is, or they, something like that. Erica's nasty and disgusting. Erica, everybody isn't like you. People sometimes want to protect their children and keep them children for as long as possible. Hey, Miss T, PK wasn't worried. He left his family again after robbery. Bloop. Hey, Donna D, they probably have a gag order on the settlement. Defamation is hard to prove, Miss T. Exactly. Hey, Donna D, I hope Nene got a settlement. The rumor is 20 million, 5 million. She didn't get any money. Based on again, I'm not a lawyer, so again, speculation. But based on just logic, I don't see any court system. I don't see any lawyer, particularly the lawyers that NBC has the type of money to buy, would ever settle out of court and still leave that person with the legal option to re-sue you for the same exact thing. I just don't see that happening from a legal standpoint. I don't think from the courts and from the lawyers. I just don't see that happening. I don't see them, because the whole definition of a settlement is that the case is resolved. It's settled. It's over. It's done. For example, like, I'm not speaking this, knock on wood. Say, someone goes out there and you get in a car accident and you settle out of court. You can no longer go back and sue that person for damages because you already settled. So I think the fact that it's without prejudice means she didn't get any money, because she can sue them again. I mean, just from a legal standpoint, I don't think she got any money. Hey, Miss D, I agree. Reason book, she is certainly doing the most, the absolute most. Also because Brooks is just caught in so many inconsistencies and so many lies. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. Hey, Donna D, I believe Nene was always complaining about the disparity within Bravo. She thought they would change. Once she realized that they weren't going to change and lowered her position, she sued. I don't know. I think Nene thought that Bravo would still hire her. Because what does change mean? Change the environment or change their mind on firing her? You know what I mean? Hey, Miss T, Nene compared herself to Floyd. What? Girl, bye. See? Nene, that's why you didn't get any money, girl. That's why you didn't get any money. Nene. You know what I mean? That's why you didn't get any money. She didn't get any money because legally it doesn't make sense. There's absolutely no way Bravo gave her a penny, and left the option open for her to sue them again. Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense. Hey, Mystique, Garcelle was fancy on Jamie Foxx. She was fancy and beautiful. Oh, was her name fancy? I've never seen the show. Hey, you say, Kate, don't forget it snows in Pasadena too, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, Erica, you brought your son in on your schemes, talking about he, got in some accident because it was snowing in Pasadena. Girl, you crazy. And then she lie and say her son, either like fought off the robbers or like Tom had a black guy and the son had to help him. Some BS. Hey, Miss T, the crazy dinner. Lisa lost her mind at that dinner. Epic. Yes. Yes. Never talk about the husbands. Wow. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Hey, MJ. Eric also said Garcelle was the first person that called her to see if her son was okay when the BLM protest was going on and cops were getting a bad rep. Such a good point, MJ. Exactly. Exactly. That is, yup, Darren Hood said that's true. Such a good point. Hey, Velda, Nene fans wish she got money. Keep hope alive. Not keep hope alive. I love my candy canes. I love you, Velda. I love my candy canes. We have the sweetest shade. Like, that's what we do over here. We have the sweetest shade. Hey, calm down, you guys, outside. Outside's getting wild. Hey, Natalia, MJ, I agree, but do you think they attack her son personally or cops as a whole? Exactly. Exactly. It wasn't a personal attack on just him. It was the climate of the world at that point, which is very different. This is a personal attack on Garcelle's side. Hey, ST, you have a similar look to my childhood friend who was from Guyana in South America. Thank you. I get a lot of different things. I get a ton of stuff. People always. But yeah, I'm black. Hey, Young Rich, you know all about the lies was the one that said Nene got money, so. Young Rich Candy, you've never seen the Jamie Foxx show? You know, I think I probably have. I'm sure I've seen like some, I'm sure I have. I can't think of any on the top of my head, but I'm sure I've seen some of it. I'm sure I have. I know Jamie Foxx. I know Garcelle. Not personally. I don't mean like I know them personally. I mean like I know them, who they are, and their stuff like that. Hey, Miss T, legal if Nene doesn't have enough evidence to even cross the level of defamation. So if she can get money, prove that money to prove, yep, enough to prove it again, but legal, I bet Nene will never have that. So yeah, like that's another thing. Like it's one thing to know something. It's another thing to be able to prove it in the court of law. You could know something 1,000%, but unless you're able to prove it, those are two different things. And I really think that, to be honest, I really think it would be really hard for Nene to prove singularity, the reason why she was blacklisted from Hollywood, as she wants to call it, is solely because of them. I think a lot of it has to do with her. And so that's reasonable doubt. That's whatever, you know, I don't know what the legal terms are, but I think the fact that she has the legal right to sue them again, to me means file in the right jurisdiction, get more evidence, get whatever. You can refile it, but this particular lawsuit is dismissed. Because if she got a settlement, they would not give her the legal right to sue them again. It just doesn't make any sense. Hey, Young Rich, Nene getting money sounds a lot like Portia getting $4 million to return next season. Yeah, I saw that too. It was like, oh, Portia gets $5 million. She gets all this. I don't think so. I don't think Bravo is giving Portia $5 million to come back. They might be spending $5 million on insurance liability if Portia decides to fight someone and really hurt somebody this time. But I don't think she's paying her that. Hey, Donna D. Candy's a lot younger than we think. The Jamie Foxx show is before her time. I'm sure I've seen it. I'm sure I have. Hey, MJ and Natalia, I was just pointing it out because she's acting like nobody cares about her son when Garcelle did. And for Erica to turn around to Garcelle the way she did, the audacity of it all, that's a narcissist for you. And that was a really good point, MJ. That was a very valid point. That's just the narcissism in her. Hey, Donna D, Nene needed Johnny Cochran. She would have definitely won. Because that's the thing. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, if we're being honest, not just in our country, but unfortunately, globally, when it comes to the judicial system, when it comes to justice, when it comes to all this stuff, how much money you have matters. The connections you have matters. The color of your skin matters. Our legal system does not treat everybody equally and the same. You could have the same exact case, depending on who's representing you, whether you get it or you don't get it, how much money you have, whether you get it or you don't get it, who you know, whether you get it or you don't get it, who you're related to, who you're sleeping with, whether you get it or you don't get it, whether you're black, white, Asian, yellow, purple, pink, whatever, whether you get it or you don't get it. Unfortunately, that is true. It's true. It's a truth, you know? You could have the same exact case. Depending on the judge you got, it could go different. Depending on the jury you got, the lawyer you got. And sometimes it's not even as deep as these social things. Sometimes it's just you got a judge, and for whatever reason, you remind that judge of his ex-wife, and he hates his ex-wife. So he's already going to have an unconscious bias. And unfortunately, it's up to judges and lawyers and juries and all these people to interpret the law. That's why sometimes things could be crystal clear, but a judge could choose to interpret the law a certain way. That's why we have an appeals court, because it's a checks and balances. You could be like, wait, no, the judge completely misapplied this rule or this law. That's why you can appeal it. So then you can have a higher court look at it from a different perspective, from a different objective, right? That's why there's an appeal system. But we're going to be honest. You have enough money. You have enough connections. You look a certain way. You don't look a certain way. You come from a certain place. You went to a certain school. Whatever the case may be, the law is applied differently to you. And that's just unfortunately the truth. You know what I mean? Hey, Donna D. Oh, yeah, Johnny Cochran. Yep. Hey, Natalia. Lisa spoke up for Garcelle's son after Bravo made their statement. Lisa is just a hot mess trying to cover her trail, but we see you, Lisa. You're a snake. You're an a-hole, and that's what you call yourself. That's not me. You call yourself that. Hey, MJ, I don't like taking up for Rinna, but she was one of the first to take up publicly for Garcelle and Jax, but that could have been out of guilt. I did a whole conspiracy on this, where again, I always consider the source and I consider timing. The fact that the bots came after Jax's son and Rinna was on it, on her Instagrams to defend them, being like, don't come after children. Why can't you just take things like lightly and seriously? Why can't you laugh at us? Treat us like we're wrestlers and all that stuff. It was too convenient. It was too pre-produced. It was too convenient, and Rinna never has Garcelle's back. Rinna never comes out for anybody unless it serves her. So I think they wanted to come after Garcelle's son to get Garcelle off the show, to hurt Garcelle, to try and change the narrative, to get their fake narrative out there, being like, well, how come this, how come that, whatever. And then to look like, hey, let's just all kumbaya. You know what I mean? Hey, Foodie, your brother's watching LOL. He said you were awesome. Yay! Hello. Thank you. Hey, Miss T, needed JD lawyers. Seriously, she needed something, because that's another thing. It's like, how did your lawyer, Nini's lawyer, allow the lawsuit to be filed in the wrong jurisdiction? The lawyer should have read the contract, and within the contract, it stipulates, because I believe NBC, most likely their headquarter, of course they'll have satellite offices, internationally in LA, but I believe that like these media companies, their like number one headquarter for media is usually New York. Like CBS and NBC and ABC and Viacom and like all these people, right? Usually their headquarters is in New York. And of course we'll have their satellite offices. We'll have one in Los Angeles, probably one in London, maybe Asia, you know what I mean? And that's where she needed to file it. But she filed it in Georgia. Why didn't her lawyer catch that? And of course, the lawyers for NBC and Bravo, they're going to use everything. They're not going to be like, it's okay, judge. She filed in the wrong jurisdiction. Let her continue to sue us. It's fine. No, They're going to try and find every little thing they can to get the case dismissed because that's what their job is. Hey, Mel, and my CVs. Yay, TJF, everyone. Yes, happy Friday, everybody. Oh, I'm up here running my mouth, and I have a birthday party I need to get to. Okay, hold on. Hey, Natalia, where was her checking her friend when she saw Erica disrespecting Jax? I know she saw the episode. Exactly. Cherie, right? Hey, and Lisa using wrestlers as an example is terrible considering 2 women wrestlers passed away over cyberbullying. Oh, no. That is so sad. Just a few months ago? Man, that is so sad. That is so sad. Very distasteful. I think what Rinna's point was it's fake. Because we all know wrestling is fake. I think her point was, why can't you laugh with us and treat it like wrestling? Like we go after each other, but it's all fake. That's what she was trying to say, but of course she's so distasteful. Hey, Cassandra Bryant. She says, hey, sweetheart. Woo, you guys. Thank God it's Friday. We did it. We've been on here for over 2 hours. So if you've been having a fun kiki, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And don't forget to check out the description box. We have podcasts, we have books, we have movies, we have merchandise, we have a free newsletter, and there's other tons of ways to get involved and to share and support you guys. I love you, my beautiful candy cans. Hey, MJ, I read an opinion on another video that maybe Nene realized she couldn't beat Bravo NBC because it costs money to go up against a big corporation. Does Nene have the funds for that? I saw on Up and Adam that allegedly her lawyers were working for free in the sense of contingency. So basically what that means is a lawyer will take your case on contingency, meaning they'll work on your behalf for free. And then if you win the case, then they will take a percentage of the settlement amount. So let's pretend Nene got a settlement, but we all know she didn't, but let's just pretend. She got a settlement, right? Once they get the settlement for her, then they would take a percentage of that. And then they could also go after their legal fees against Bravo, NBC, or whatever. So Nene may not have been paying. Again, this is what another content creator said. So I don't know. So I don't know if she was or not. But a lot of times lawyers, whether it's like a personal injury, whether it's, workers' comp or anything like that, so these type of lawyers will work on a contingency basis. So we'll do the upfront work for free, but then contingent upon you getting a settlement, then we'll make our money on the back end. Then we'll, exactly like I said before, the same way that Bravo NBC could have sued Nene for legal fees, if she were to win, or if she were to get the settlement, then her lawyers could then say to Bravo, we are now putting in a motion for you to pay the legal fees. And that's how they'll make their money on the back end. Like, like you see all those, they call them like ambulance chasers and stuff like that, where they're like, you pay nothing until we win, in a car accident, call us, pay nothing until we win. Those are people working on a contingency, if that makes sense. All right, you guys, it's Friday and we did it. I love you so much. I'm going to go. I have to get ready. It's one of my really good friends' birthday. And so we're going to go out tonight and celebrate. We'll actually be in Beverly Hills. So I'm going to keep an eye out, you guys. If I see any of the Beverly Hill witches, you best believe I'm going to keep an eye out. But I would much rather run into Garcelle or run into Sutton and love on them. But we'll see. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Yay, I will. We'll have fun tonight. Thank you, Young Rich. I love you guys, my beautiful candy canes. So if you've had fun, don't forget, like the video, subscribe, and share with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. Take care of yourselves. Watch your back. Be happy. Enjoy your life. And just have fun. Enjoy tonight. Enjoy this weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Pull a Giovanna if you do. Listen, my phone will be on ready. I have the recording. I have the recording. Exactly. Oh, bye, Fuji. Have fun. Be safe. We love you. I will. I love you too. I love you too. Okay, you guys, until next time, have fun. Take care of yourself and each other. And I absolutely love you guys. I will be back on tomorrow, running my mouth about something. So join me. I love you. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!